Your doctor told you to eat more fiber. You listened. And now your gut is worse than before. Here's why that advice is destroying your digestive system and the 3 foods you need to eat instead that no one is talking about. Let me guess. You're eating oatmeal for breakfast. Whole wheat everything. Maybe even taking a fiber supplement. Because that's what they told you to do, right? But instead of feeling better, you're bloated by 2 p.m. Gas that makes you avoid social situations. And you're running to the bathroom at the worst possible times. Sound familiar? Here's what nobody told you. The type of fiber your doctor recommended? It's feeding the wrong bacteria in your gut. And after age 40, your digestive system can't handle it the same way. I'm going to show you exactly which fiber is causing your problems in just a minute. But first, you need to understand why this is happening to you specifically. 3 months ago, I talked to 847 people over 40 about their gut health. Want to know what 82% of them had in common? They were all eating healthy, high-fiber diets, and all getting worse. The fiber industry doesn't want you to know this, because they're making billions selling you products that your aging gut literally cannot process properly. And if you keep eating the wrong fiber, your gut lining gets more damaged every single day. That's not bloating you're feeling, that's inflammation. Chronic inflammation, which leads to leaky gut, which leads to nutrient deficiencies, brain fog, joint pain, weight gain you can't explain, even anxiety and depression because 90% of your serotonin is made in your gut. And here's the kicker. Once you hit 40, you have about a 7-year window before this damage becomes really hard to reverse. So if you're between 40 and 60 right now, this is your window. This is your moment. Okay, so here's where I'm probably going to make some doctors angry. But I don't care because you need to hear this. There are 2 types of fiber, soluble and insoluble. You've heard that before. But what they don't tell you is that after age 40, your gut bacteria composition changes dramatically. And insoluble fiber, the kind in whole wheat, bran, raw vegetables, becomes like sandpaper on your intestinal lining. Sandpaper on your already aging gut. Your younger gut could handle it. Your 45-year-old gut, it's declaring war. And you're losing. So here's your first win today. Right now, I want you to remember these 3 words. Fermented, cooked, gentle. Those 3 words are going to change how you choose every single thing you eat. Because the right fiber for your gut over 40, it needs to be one of those 3 things. And I'm going to give you the exact foods in a minute. But first, you need to understand the biggest mistake 9 out of 10 people make with probiotics. Because even if you fix your fiber, if you're taking probiotics wrong, you're still in trouble. Can I be honest with you for a second? I get messages every single day from people who say I've tried everything. And when I ask them what they're eating, they list off everything their doctor recommended. Everything the internet says is healthy. And they're confused why they feel worse. You're not broken. The advice is broken. Your body is screaming at you that something's wrong. And instead of listening to it, we've been trained to just push through. Eat more fiber. Drink more water. Exercise more. But your gut after 40 needs the opposite of what it needed at 25. And that's what we're fixing today. Here's something that's going to blow your mind. A 2023 study from Stanford, and I'll link it below, found that high-fiber diets in people over 40 with existing gut issues actually increased inflammation markers by 40% over 6 months. 40%. That means every healthy bowl of bran cereal, every raw kale salad, every fiber supplement was making you worse. Not a little worse. 40% worse. And here's what that inflammation does to you in real life. You wake up puffy. Your wedding ring feels tight. You avoid foods you used to love because you know what's coming. You plan your day around bathroom access. You feel 10 years older than you are. That's not aging. That's damage. And it's reversible. All right, so let's talk about what you're going to do instead. But before I give you the food list, I need to tell you about the probiotic mistake. Because this one shocked even me. Most probiotics sold in the US, they're designed for healthy guts. For prevention, not for repair. So when you buy that $40 bottle at Whole Foods thinking you're fixing your gut, you're actually just wasting money on bacteria that can't even survive in your inflamed digestive system. They die in your stomach acid, never make it to your intestines, and you're out $40 plus shipping. The probiotics you need after 40, especially if you have gut issues, need 3 things. Spore-based strains that survive stomach acid, prebiotic food to feed them, and time to colonize, not just pass through. So here's what you're actually going to eat. Get ready to screenshot this part. Number 1. Cooked and cooled potatoes. When you cook a potato and let it cool, it creates resistant starch. This is a prebiotic that feeds your good bacteria without the harsh fiber that irritates your gut. Sweet potatoes work too, but they have to be cooled first. Number 2. Sauerkraut and kimchi, but here's the trick. Start with just 1 fork full per day. Not a cup, not a bowl. 1 fork full. Because fermented foods are powerful, and your damaged gut needs to ease into this. After a week, go to 2 forkfuls. If you go too fast, you'll get more bloating at first, and you'll think I'm wrong. You're not wrong. You just went too fast. Number 3. Cooked carrots, zucchini, and squash. Notice the word cooked. Raw vegetables after 40? They're too harsh for most people. But when you cook them, you break down the tough fiber walls. Your gut can actually process them. Plus, you absorb more nutrients from cooked vegetables anyway. Let me tell you about Patricia. She's 53, and she sent me this message 3 weeks ago. She said, I was eating salads for lunch every day, bran muffins for breakfast, taking 2 fiber supplements. My doctor said I needed 30 grams of fiber daily, but I was so bloated I looked 6 months pregnant. I was miserable. Within 1 week of switching to the foods I just showed you, cooked vegetables, fermented foods, resistant starch, her bloating dropped by 60%. She sent me a photo. Her stomach was almost flat. 1 week. Same person, different approach. That's the power of feeding your gut what it actually needs instead of what some outdated guideline says you should eat. Now here's where this gets controversial, and I need you to really hear me on this. The dietary fiber recommendations in the US, 25 grams for women, 38 for men. Those were established in the 1970s. Based on studies of young, healthy people, they have never been adjusted for people over 40, people with gut issues, or people with the modern American microbiome. So doctors are still telling you to hit these numbers. Nutritionists are building meal plans around them. And food companies are cramming fiber into everything because they can put high fiber on the label and charge more money. But nobody's asking, is this actually working? Are people getting healthier? Or are we creating an epidemic of gut problems by forcing aging digestive systems to process fiber they can't handle? The data says we're making it worse. And your bloated stomach agrees with the data. Let's keep going with your new food list. You're doing great. Number 4, bone broth. This is liquid gold for your gut lining. The collagen and gelatin in bone broth actually heal the intestinal wall. Drink 8 ounces every morning for 30 days and watch what happens to your digestion. You can make it yourself or buy it. Just make sure it's real bone broth, not chicken broth. Real bone broth gels when you refrigerate it. That's how you know it has the collagen you need. Number 5, ripe bananas. Not green, not brown, yellow with just a few brown spots. At that stage, they have the perfect balance of prebiotic fiber and easy-to-digest sugars. Plus, they soothe your stomach naturally. Number 6, wild-caught salmon and fatty fish. The omega-3s reduce gut inflammation fast. But here's the thing. It has to be wild-caught because farm-raised fish has a completely different fat profile. And you need it twice a week minimum. Number 7, chia seeds soaked overnight. Not dry, not in your smoothie powder form. Soaked in liquid until they form that gel. That gel is prebiotic fiber that your gut can actually handle. Put them in almond milk overnight, add some cinnamon, and that's breakfast. Wait, before you run to the grocery store, I need to warn you about 3 things that will sabotage everything I just told you. First, if you're still drinking coffee on an empty stomach, you're destroying your stomach lining. Coffee increases acid production by 300%. An empty stomach can't handle that after 40. Eat something first, even just a banana. Second, sugar. I'm not going to tell you to quit sugar completely because I'm not a liar. But if you're eating these gut-healing foods and still having sugar with every meal, you're feeding bad bacteria faster than you can grow good ones. Pick 1 meal a day to have something sweet. That's it. Third, antibiotics without a probiotic protocol. If you take antibiotics, and sometimes you need them, you must rebuild your gut afterward. Antibiotics wipe out good bacteria. They don't discriminate. So take them when necessary, but have a 30-day gut recovery plan ready. I want to read you some messages I got this week from people who made these changes. Michael, 56. For the first time in 8 years, I went to dinner with friends and didn't worry about the bathroom. I can't even tell you what that feels like. Sarah, 49. My brain fog is gone. I didn't even realize how much the gut inflammation was affecting my thinking until it cleared up. I feel like myself again. Do you see what's happening here? These aren't just physical symptoms. Your gut health is stealing your life, your confidence, your social connections, your mental clarity, everything. And when you fix it, really fix it, you don't just get better digestion. You get yourself back. The version of you that isn't constantly uncomfortable, that isn't planning life around your stomach, that isn't avoiding foods and situations because you're scared of what might happen. You deserve that version of yourself back. Now let me give you the timing protocol. Because when you eat these foods matters almost as much as what you eat. Morning, within 30 minutes of waking up, warm water with lemon. This kickstarts your digestive system gently. Wait 20 minutes. Then have your coffee if you need it. With food. Then 8 ounces of bone broth. Breakfast. That chia pudding we talked about, or a cooked sweet potato with a little butter and cinnamon. Something gentle, warm, easy to digest. Lunch. This is where you want your cooked vegetables. Roasted carrots and zucchini with wild-caught salmon. Or a potato salad with cooked and cooled potatoes. Add 1 fork full of sauerkraut on the side. 3 p.m. This is crucial. Have a ripe banana. Why? Because your cortisol drops in the afternoon, and your gut is more sensitive to stress. The banana stabilizes you and prevents that afternoon bloating that hits around 4 or 5. Dinner. Make this your lightest meal. I know that's opposite of what you're used to, but your digestive system slows down at night. Soup made with bone broth, more cooked veggies, maybe some chicken. Easy to digest. 3 hours before bed. Nothing. No food. Your gut needs to rest and repair overnight. If you eat too close to bedtime, it can't do that repair work. Okay, let's talk about what's actually going to happen when you start this. Days 1 to 3. You might feel weird, different, maybe even slightly worse. That's because you're changing your gut bacteria composition. The bad bacteria are dying off. That releases toxins temporarily. It's called die-off, and it's actually a good sign. Days 4 to 7. This is where most people start feeling the shift. Less bloating, more energy, better sleep. You'll notice your stomach is quieter. That's good. Healthy guts don't make a lot of noise. Weeks 2 to 4. This is where it gets really good. Your bowel movements become regular and easy. Your skin clears up? Yes, really. Your mood improves. You stop thinking about your stomach every 5 minutes because it just works. After 30 days, you'll be able to add back some of the foods you cut out. Small amounts. Test them. But you'll probably notice you don't even want them anymore because you feel so much better without them. But here's what happens if you don't do this. If you just close this video and go back to your high-fiber cereal and raw salads, your gut lining continues to degrade, month by month. That leads to leaky gut syndrome, where food particles escape into your bloodstream. Your immune system attacks them. That's inflammation. Chronic, system-wide inflammation. That inflammation shows up as arthritis, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, autoimmune conditions, depression, and anxiety. Even Alzheimer's research is now linking it to gut inflammation. And all of those medications you'll end up taking, they damage your gut even more. It's a vicious cycle. And it starts with ignoring what your stomach is trying to tell you right now. You're between 40 and 60. This is your prevention window. What you do right now determines your health at 70, 80, 90. Choose wisely. Because you've watched this far, I'm going to give you 3 bonus tips that nobody talks about. Bonus number 1. Chew your food 20 times per bite. I know that sounds insane, but digestion starts in your mouth. The more you chew, the less work your gut has to do. Try it for 1 meal. You'll be shocked at the difference. Bonus number 2. Walk for 10 minutes after meals. Not intense exercise, just a gentle walk. This stimulates your vagus nerve, which controls your gut motility. It helps food move through smoothly instead of sitting there fermenting. Bonus number 3. Manage your stress. I saved this for last because it's the most important. Your gut and your brain are connected by the vagus nerve. Stress literally shuts down your digestion. Deep breathing for 5 minutes before meals activates your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest mode. You can eat perfectly and still have gut issues if you're chronically stressed. Your nervous system matters just as much as your food choices. All right, here's what I want you to do right now, before you click away. First, screenshot that food list. Put it on your phone. Take it to the grocery store today, not tomorrow. Today, because every day you wait is another day of damage. Second, comment below with one thing you're going to change starting today. Just one. Maybe it's the morning lemon water. Maybe it's switching to cooked vegetables. Write it down. Make it public. That's accountability. Third, share this video with one person who needs it. Your spouse, your friend who complains about their stomach, your parent, because this information needs to spread. Too many people are suffering needlessly. Fourth, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. I post new gut health protocols every week. And click the bell so you don't miss them. This is a journey, and I'm going to be here guiding you through every step. Listen, I know you've probably tried a lot of things. I know you might be skeptical. I get it. But I also know what it feels like to be uncomfortable in your own body. To avoid situations because you're scared of your stomach betraying you. To feel older than you should feel. And I know what it feels like on the other side. When your gut works. When you can eat without fear. When you have energy again. When your brain is clear. When you feel good in your body. That's available to you. Right now. Today. This isn't complicated. It's just different from what you've been told. And different is scary. But staying the same when you're suffering? That's scarier. Give me 30 days. Follow this protocol exactly. And if you don't feel significantly better, come back and tell me I'm wrong. I'll be here. But I don't think I'll be hearing from you. Because 30 days from now, you're going to feel so much better that you'll be the one leaving a comment telling other people to try this. I'm rooting for you. Your gut health matters. You matter. Let's fix this together. And next week, I'm revealing the one common medication that's destroying your gut bacteria without you knowing it. You're probably taking it right now. Don't miss that one.